Hello, my name is Rosemary. Welcome back to Relatively Speaking 2020. And today I'm doing a collective card read. It is Independence Day in the States, so enjoy your holiday of the 4th of July. Also enjoy, this previous weekend was also Canada Day, which includes their Independence Day as well. And I'm here, and I did do a previous video about calling, not only are we just love and light, we are also warriors. We are light warriors. We are those lightsabers as well, swinging our sword of truth. So if you are questioning your freedoms today, your birthrights, your birth freedoms to live in a world that doesn't necessarily have as many conditions, systems, demands, or limits to live free, to be able to have in your body what you like, to be able to control your own body. Because once again, ultimately in this world, the best thing that we can control is ourselves. Heal thyself, know thyself. So I'm going to do a collective card read. I'm using the Akash Records cards today. I'm asking Spirit to, I would say, keep my energy out of it, but again, I am also part of said collective. It's funny how I got Karmic Trench. I'm sorry, video. Karmic Trench. Baited meetings. So, I am also part of said collective, and there is stuff that resonates out from this core space within our group within Discord, Relatively Speaking 2020. The Relatively Speaking 2020 just happens to be the root space, RS, from 2020, crystal clear, 2020 hindsight, where things were starting to be cleared. We have branched out, and this is why I also have trees on my site, if you see. We have branched out. We have other sister sites. We have Mystic Vicky. We have Kara's Build. If you would like to ask her about it, she talks about astrology, sun's flares, Schumann resonance, and how they are all relatively speaking. We have Mystic Vicky, who does her card reads, and she uses Fairy Realm cards, Oracle Fairy cards. She also is very well versed on Spirit Realm. And we also have, she also does knows of said 3D space that I've been talking about, the one timeline that does everything collapses into a specific 3D space. A Gaia, there are multiple Gaias here. There are multiple mothers here, mother goddesses. They're as spiritual beings. We are, yes, all connected to Source. We are pieces of Source. And as part of Source, we are here to put those pieces back together in a mosaic, a symphony, a concert. And it is coming in alignment with that. A lot of people are seeing the numbers, and as I have, 1111, 111, 222, and even my collective reads, 444. I'm asking for donations if you like private readings. I do have 1111 for a 4-card read. I have 2222 for a half an hour spread. I have 4444 for about 40 minutes spread. I also do channel music into paintings. I paint music. You can watch that process if you like. You can commission art piece. I also do soul paintings. You can ask Kira and Malice within our server. They both received multiple soul paintings. They do go together in dual fashion. So I'm draw cards and see what the collective message is for today on this Independence Day, and asking you to stand up for your rights and together. What I have today is 3 of Scrolls, which is information, and this particular one is upside down, and it is setting your course. So how many of us are not in that harmonious setting our course? I will read each one. I also have another 3, which is Gabriel, Archangel Gabriel, which is the messenger, which is also Hermes, which is also Mercury, and also Thoth. If you go with Hermes Trismegistus, I keep murdering that name, Hermes thrice. Thoth, the messenger, the one that wrote the Emerald tablets that have said keys to help you out. That's in a regular position. I also have the Scribe, which is number 12, which is again 3. So here's your 3 3 3s. You saw me shuffle this. I have the scribe reversed. So the scribe meaning in writing and clear communication reversed. And like I said, I will read these and I will using other decks. I also have the Akashic Library number 2, which is reversed as well. So to begin with, we have 3 of scrolls. And I believe the scrolls represent, I think they're wands in this deck, in the Akashic deck, if I'm not mistaken. And usually that it signifies a domestic or home space or community. So 3 of swords, and this is setting your course, is right now is in reverse position. You may not be looking as far ahead as you can go, or perhaps you are giving yourself the freedom to move forward. Try to break the habit of holding yourself back. There may be miscommunication in some project or friendship, or a person may be misleading you or not pulling his weight or her. A small partnership or affiliation could be breaking up entirely. Plans for a trip or move away also be changed or canceled. So, in this card, it's talking about, again, are you giving yourself that freedom to move forward? Basically, what I was just talking about beforehand, the freedom. We are an independent state. Are you giving yourself the freedom? Are you confining yourself? Are you breaking away? Are there miscommunications in projects and friendships today? Okay, I myself have had a few miscommunications today, so I can attest that that has been happening. It took a moment to isolate myself and go, okay, is it something in me? So again, it's the miscommunication of today, but also, again, aren't giving yourself the freedom to move forward. Are you holding yourself back? Confirmation. You're holding yourself back. Are you limiting yourself? Some of you out there are afraid or self-doubt, of doubting yourself or not believing in yourself. I do see that a lot. There's a lot of confidence issues. And again, 3 being upside down, you're this trinity, this mind, body, soul. Is it being out of whack, or is that communication out of whack? Is it a dis-ease, a disruptment? And talking about communication, so again, communication skills. So 3 is in Archangel Gabriel. And as Gabriel, so when this card is upright, it indicates a profound connection to this wonderful presence. Your power of expression is on the rise now. You'll have an easier time communicating with others, expressing your feelings, and even working on projects involving communication, such as publishing, counseling, teaching, mediumship, journalism, marketing, radio, or television. I did in my previous video talk of story time. I talked about teaching. I talked about school. So if you watched that video, which will be uploaded before this one. So now is the time for any of these endeavors. No matter what you do, remember the power of words. Call on Gabriel to inspire you and let yourself sing it out. So he has his trumpet, he has his scroll, he's the crest of Mercury again. The god of communication. Messages, the messenger. So are you receiving messages that are a little bit backwards today? And this is the time for you to get rid of those self-doubts, to start moving on, to drop the self-confidence, believe in yourself. These are strong messages coming through for today. Again, this whole communicating freedom, time to open our mouths. We are not sitting down and shutting up. We are not going quietly into that night. We are here, as in my previous videos, we are light beings, light workers, light sabers of truth. We are here to light them up. Not just simply resonate out love and light. We can, and that is fine. There are people out here who are guides. They are in that position of empathic healers. They're in the healer position. We are also here as warriors as well. And I have number 12, which is the scribe. And again, a number 3. This is actually reversed, and so you may be ignoring opportunities for higher learning or uplifting discovery, studies that can take you far above where you find yourself today. Or you may be have been asked to lead a group or share your gifts in some way, and you haven't responded. In a personal matter, you could be closing your mind to new and broader thought, which limits you from dealing with that issue unsuccessfully or successfully. Stop holding yourself back. There is more for you, much more. If you assume the mantle of higher intellect every moment, open your mind and keep going, or keep opening it. Know that this is much more than just positive thinking. It's power thinking. It's also, as I was saying, and this is in reverse. This is the read in reverse. So during this time, writing projects you wish to pursue, I have Storytime Podcast. If you wish to pursue, may be thwarted though. Let yourself step back and take some time. Other opportunities for such submissions will be coming. So Storytime is a podcast where we talk. Maybe you just don't want to write it. Maybe you would like to speak about it, to speak your truth, speak your story. If you're involved in a legal situation, be sure to find the right person to help you, as you may be meeting lawyers or professionals who present themselves falsely. Investigate thoroughly and use your intuition so you don't get misled. If you're diligent, you can find the right counsel. So this is about finding the right people as well. And again, this in the reverse position. And what did I say about don't hold yourself back? This is about taking those opportunities that come to you from source, those blessings, especially when you sit at 0 point. And I did talk previously video, again, like I said, will be uploaded about banding together, taking on the legal system. Again, seeing how much of it is corrupt. We are out here, it is being exposed. It's been being exposed for quite a while. I myself have been speaking on it since I was a child, but many didn't understand me and was told to shut said mouth. I'm not anymore. We're speaking on it. We're speaking our truth. We're taking these head on to live freely. The last one is I have the Akashic Records, and it is reversed. It's upside down, which is number 2. It's just a disharmony in a way. So when this card is reversed, the stairway leads farther and farther down. Although you may feel you're in a state of confession, it is a time to go deeper. The books of your Akashic knowledge may have been toppled, but they are always in reach. You have stepped away from the psychic guidance from your inner sage. Perhaps there's a disruption in your life, or maybe just a distraction. In either event, it's time to cast renewed light on your past and on your inner discovery. Seek now to tap into the power within and through the records. Start today by writing a declaration of release from the things that you have been muddled your clarity. Close your eyes and see them all disperse. With just a little effort, the book of your own Akashic record, your book of life, again, story time, which seems to have landed face down, can be righted and written upon by you. So, this is writing your story. And even though the card before it says, okay, may not be a good opportunity to write, again, as I said, podcast, but you do have your story of life, your book of life within you in your heart space. We are building said book here, your home space. We're not just simply waiting for it to happen, waiting for the world to change. We are actually bringing it here. We are making it here. We are bringing it from what's inside you're passionate about. You're lighting up your flame inside of you, lighting him up and bringing it out into this world to build here. We are shining a light on these shadow parts. I'm going to draw from Elemental deck today. It's an Elemental Oracle deck, and we're going to draw for each one here. And again, I ask higher beings, source, spirit to speak through me to show what a way to light our path. What is the path before you? What is it that these cards can tell you? How are we standing in ourselves? Go within and have those no doubts. Here we go. 2. To go south. Adventure. Break out. Break the chains. I'm going to cut this one on. It's funny because this one wants to come out, so we're going to use that one. We have 2, 4, 38, which is 11, a master number, and 19, which is 10, which is a completion and the beginning of another cycle. 2 is self, adventure. 4 is completion in the west. So cardinal directions. 38, which is mystery, dark matter. The inverse, the upside down. And we have growth with 19 plants. So again, a new beginning, as I was talking about. So pertaining to each card above, I'm going to read downwards. So for the, and we are going across too. We're going different ways. So as for the setting your own course, an adventure south. 2, which is a harmonic balance. Again, it's duality. It is the balance of 2 in yourself. Your divine masculine and your feminine. So as adventure, it is to take a risk. So even though this is, you're holding yourself back in this and setting yourself up to take this risk, but an educated one. Do or see something you haven't before, as experiencing something new will help to clear your mind and give wonder to your heart. Look carefully at your plan. Something may be amiss. The situation may have a happy medium. It is not all or nothing. It comes from the Greek word notia or notos, southerly. And it is actually represented the element of fire. To be that fiery passion, as I was just talking about before, like that up inside of you. It's south in one of the quarters, called in certain traditions of witchcraft to purify or protect a space, safe space. People may call upon the guardians of the south or the southern direction as a way to unlock the protective energies of portals of that element. So, south, take an adventure. Take that leap, set your course. Stop pulling yourself back. And I have and we're going across as well. So this is an answer row for these questions above, for these situations that you find yourself in. I have 4, so we go 3, 4. Completion and west. Every cycle comes to a close. Do not resist the end of something, because the end heralds a new beginning. Complete the project. Be a finisher. Be not afraid of death. It is a part of life. This comes from the Norse for vestir. It's another word, or word of power, for west. Vestir. It's a cardinal direction. It is direction in which the sun sets. And so traditionally in many cultures, it was linked to death or the underworld. For example, the Egyptians felt the west was the direction of the underworld and the afterlife, which was not considered to be a negative place. And in certain cultures, inherited bodies faced west or their feet faced west. Other sacred places such as Mecca are westerly. In Buddhism, the west leads to enlightenment. The idea, again the idea if you see the brain here, that westerly trajectory leads to a wisdom or higher enlightenment is one shared by the Norse and many other pagan pathways. This powerful direction in which, because of the Earth's rotation, most winds blow. So this is the element of earth though. So west is one of the quarters called in certain traditions of witchcraft to purify or protect a space. People may call upon the guardians of the west or the western directions as a way of unlocking the protective energies of portals of that element, which is earth, and in this sense. But it is also, again, a completion. Things that, communication, they may have not completed. Networking, connecting the community together. Going out on that adventure to the west. And it may be a leap in the unknown. So this dark matter mystery. 11. But also you're following your intuition. And you can see that, even though it says, see the mouth has a butterfly, new speech. But look how the butterflies fan out in a way that is a cyclical way here. But also dark matter, the inverse, the mirror side of things, the reflection. This is the mystery side, the one that maybe your shadow self that you're not looking at, but it is being intuitive, going inside. Again, 38 at 11. And I will read this one. And some of these, like I said, I'm reading these because sometimes I don't read them. I'm just go intuitive with them. A lot of times I actually do. Mystery. So the world still has mystery. And this is a fine thing. Just because you cannot see it doesn't mean it is not there. You do not have to know the details of every something. Are better not revealed at this time. Have faith. So this is blind faith. This is taking that leap. This is completing what you set out to do. Again, with the scribe being reversed here. Some of us are not writing our stories. This is saying what you came here. This is walking the walk. This is having faith in yourself, in source, your higher self. This is actually you creating in a space, imagining. It's an element force that makes up possibly 85% of the universe that you can't see and remains elusive, but you know it is there. This is also with wind. So again, like air, like wind, air. As with wind, we don't see it, but we feel it and we see its effects. You know it's there. You feel it on your skin. You can close your eyes. Imagine this elemental matter is called dark because it's hard to perceive and it doesn't interact with electromagnetic radiation such as light. So it's virtually undetectable. Yes, mysterious. How do you know such a thing exists if it remains invisible? The math says it's highly probable due to the way the universe behaves. In practice, the term dark matter is often used to mean only the non-baryonic component of dark matter. We still don't know what the dark matter is made up of, although there are many theories. Scientists have managed to categorize dark matter by cold, warm, and hot, terms that refer to velocity rather than temperature. Dark matter is the subject of a huge amount of study. For now, we know we have a mysterious force that holds the universe together, which is a fantastic concept and one that invites the idea of the unknowable into the frame. Science doesn't know everything yet. Science is actually you questioning. So be creative, walk in grace at 0 point. Your balance. 11. On to the next one. I have 19, which is plants, which is growth. Does go with growth with 10, which is a beginning, a cycle. When you add up 1 plus 9, if those that are not familiar with numerology. And it is magic. Is in everyday things. You can make sense. Or make something, you can make something from nothing. Blossom. It's time. From small things, big things might grow. Begin it. So this is the growth part. And if you really look, it is this deer with the tree growing off the horns, branching off. And this is an element of earth, but it's also new ideas. This is you coming, again, with the Akashic Library being in reverse, and we're going to go down like we talked about. This is you taking that time to write your story, as this said. Sit down and take that book. And you don't always have to write it in with a pen or paper. You can speak it in a video. You could tell it in a podcast. You can write it in a celestial realm. But your story will be known. It will be heard. It does resonate out. You do influence with your emotions around you, your environment. We see that it's being written, if you really pay attention, again, as I said in podcasts, to the relay, the celestial relay, to the sun, stars, the moon, the way that their movements are, how your emotions affect those around you. And yes, we're accountable for controlling our emotions. And we are humans. We are spiritual beings experiencing human experience with human emotions and human bodies and doing our best to navigate that. And a lot of people are coming awake. They're becoming aware of who they are, what's been going on, their role in this particular concert and symphony that we are in. And yes, each one of us has a role. And yes, we are all in a oneness way. We are all connected to source. We are tethered to source. But each of us are unique and made for a specific purpose. And you do have a purpose. So a lot of people are waking up and being confused. Some people are talking about suicide. Understandable in said conditions that we are living in, as I was talking about freedom. and it being Independence Day, it's time to take back those freedoms. It's time to take back our birth freedoms, our rights to be here, to live here on Gaia, on Earth, in Eden, and create that garden space. So the cards I have: Abundance, which is harvest; Soul Journey; Source; and Rest. And I'm not going to take these reverse. So Abundance. This is this setting your course. People are holding themselves back. Some of them, again, we are being held back. Some of us are being held back by our own doubts. Some are being held back by the system. And then we had 2, which is adventure. Stepping out of your comfort zone and going right for it. Go right to the jugular on this one. And this one is abundance. And in this book, they are numbered within the book. This is the Power Sacred, or Sacred Power reading cards. And abundance is actually number 1. So again, this is the start of a cycle. And I'm going to read the affirmation for this. So it means success and abundance awaits you now. Be patient. I am now willing and able to receive the golden flow of universal abundance. I allow my soul to align to my divine birthrights, accepting and integrating this energy with love and gratitude. What you put out into this world does come back. This is karma. This is the law of cause and effect. What you put out, what you sow in the ground, what seeds you plant will grow. Some don't grow. Some are duds, depending on where you put them, how you water it, how you maintain it. But if you're going with that unconditional love, you're connected to your higher self, your source, this abundance, this harvest will come to you. And again, harvest, fall, this is something that may happen in the fall, I believe is very important. Some of you may be actually going on a trip to the south in fall, going on an adventure, getting out. I know I am. But getting out, birthing something new, harvesting something, whether that's an idea, whether that's who you are as a person, growing yourself. Some of you are ready to reap that, what you've grown. Even as spiritual entities, even energies, as entities, as light beings. It's time for us to stand up, and we had those seeds out there. They're being shown what's being grown right now, what's in the dark. So it's time to reap that. A lot of us have done a lot of hard work. A lot of you have gone out there and tried setting your course or holding yourself back and going on this adventure now, getting out, starting anew. To go across as well, but I have Soul Journey, which again, some of you are going on this abundant soul journey. And I've said this before, this card's come up a lot lately. If you look in it, it is this new earth, new Zion, new city, your soul journey home, back to that home space. You can even see, actually, if you look in the card, do you see how the way the shape looks like a person sitting cross-legged? You can kind of pull it back. See, they're like sitting cross-legged and in that praying position and having source go through them. The DNA strands, the upgrades, having your DNA being upgraded, having yourself in that healing journey on that path. Do you see how that is portrayed in this card? And again, I'm doing this with intuition. I'm doing this with what's pictured on this card. And a lot of you are getting this abundance because you've been on your soul journey and you didn't give up and you kept going. And this is number 30, which is a number 3. From 3 with the Archangel Gabriel here, the messenger, the communications, to completion of the West, to completing your soul journey. Some of us are completing that journey to go back home, to bring home here though. You're manifesting it here. You're speaking, you're thinking it, you're feeling it. It's flowing through you. It's your passion. It is what your brain, what you're doing in a completed stage, what your thoughts are, how it's manifesting out into this world. This is a life lesson. Learn from this experience. Through the light of God, I ask for my will to be recognized by the highest order, guiding me upon my life's journey. So So, and it says, well, you may not be unable to see your way out of your circumstances right now. This will pass, and you will soon be shown the reason for recent events. It is important to recognize the value of your experiences and resolve past issues, patterns from the experience of lessons learned. Co-create a beautiful life with new perspectives. The choice is up to you. Where do you want to go from here? Some of you may be heading out west. Some of these may be reversed. Maybe some of you are heading north. Maybe some of you are heading east. Where's your adventure leading you? Where's your completion? Where's your story flowing to? Your abundance that you're coming, that's this harvest, what you've been putting in the ground on your soul journey. What is these seeds that you've been growing? Where are the roots, the lessons, like your roots here, as you're growing, a lot of people doing shadow work, where is that coming out from? And with the next card coming in as source, being connected to your higher self, connecting to source, allowing yourself to have that faith to walk in. Connect to yourself, your higher source, your higher self, which is connected to source. And this card is 32, which is 5. It's change. Well, at least it's page 32 on here. So surrender fear. With the power of prayer, miracles can happen now. From the light of God that I am, I clear and open the way up for divine miracles. I surrender my heart to 100% pure light consciousness. I embrace divine will through love and faith. The power of prayer is strengthened by your spiritual state. Mantras open doors for divine communication. Using a prayer Dharma wheel brings purification and value to your heart's request. Right now, pray for the miracle you need. You are being divinely assisted. These are messages. These are from loved ones may come to you. Communications are strong, which kind of go with, again, forming that communication, that line that we're having right now. Being in communicative process. As a source of comfort and hope, prayerful thoughts strengthen your faith in life and divine consciousness. Life isn't always happiness and joy. It's the entire experience. Experience sadness and sorrow is a part of life. It is part of your soul journey to be able to sit in full spectrum and experience all of that, what life has to offer. We're not always in this. A lot of light workers have gone through a lot of trauma, again, as I was talking about. We're not always in this paradigm of being at 0 point. Some of us do get off of our 0 point. We tend to go back in our emotions, or we are knocked because we feel emotions from other people. As empaths and emotionally connected, we do feel that we feel from other people. And sometimes you're not able to understand where. And the more you're collectively connected to, the more quantum you are, the more dimensional layers you go through, the more you power yourself up. Connect and become clear in yourself and understanding, the more that those emotions do come filter in from other people. That's why a lot of us are isolated or isolating. This is surrendering your fear and opening your heart to pure love. Continual flow of divine surrender opens us to new possibilities while increasing our strength on a spiritual level. So, it's funny that these cards come in as dark matter and then source. So light and dark matter, the inverse, the negative. These are bringing this balance in. 11, 11, or 11, 38, 11, and 5 with 32, a change. So bringing the balance in, but noticing that change, that figure 8, that divine, that essence that actually keeps us together. It keeps us balanced, keeps us in that infinity mode that you're talking, an infinite supply of source, of don't limit yourself. I should clarify. Don't limit yourself. Don't limit your source. This last one I have is rest, and I say last card, I'm going to pull a couple more, but rest. And it does go with growth. So in our journey, a lot of us should take that time to rest, but also it is one of the ultimate things to be able to balance between your abundance, what you work on, what you want to achieve, what you set out for, that adventure part, taking the risks, and what you're growing, and having that faith and also hope that it does grow in the ground, and watering those seeds, to being more communicative. So having that less communicative, that self-doubt, losing that, and being that, standing inside your communicative start, having a completion of it, actually completing what you set out for, those risks that you did, those having set out to plant those seeds, and going and being in your soul journey and knowing, walking in that faith. And then you have the scribe reversed, the time to write that story in a way, to put to words, to start getting your story out, and coming into balance between that story. Again, writing a great story has its ups and downs. There's climaxes in those stories. There are antagonists. There are both sides of this, both sides, and the darker side. It wouldn't be a complete story if there was just one particular person telling a story and nothing to challenge them, nothing to let them grow at all, nothing on that soul journey, not being able to have the inverse, experience all sides of this life, this experience, this school of life. And then the Akashic Library is having your book, your story be written, your life story as this unfolds, as your life goes, as it unfolds, and having that point of growing with your mind, with your consciousness, but also rooting down and being able to rest. And this card is actually, it's 8, it's 26, this infinity, as I was talking about. And rest and relaxation will recharge your energy and spirit. I create joy within the center of my being. I give myself permission to rest and relax with ease. Okay, I want to bring out to that. I don't know if it's in the, I will read this, but dolphins are very highly, they're intelligent, and they do communicate as well. Communication skills, echolocation, frequency, sound. They're able to communicate. They're joyful. A lot of them do. They play a lot. They jump in the air. They're exuberant. They're about both fluidity of water and also with the air aspect. So dolphins are extremely intelligent, intuitive mammals. Their symbol of peace and harmony are cooperative, nurturing, and community oriented. It's again about bringing your community, your soul family, your soul tribe in. They protect vulnerable members of their social group against predators. Their energy is soft, gentle, high in vibration, so keep your vibes high, and which supports energy alignment and shifts its in spiritual consciousness. You tend to see the best in everyone. However, your friendliness can often be used against you. Whereas I talk about taking our birthrights back. People can take advantage of your good nature, not reciprocating your time and generosity. Take a strong moral stance and don't be afraid to do what you believe in. Speak your mind and be fearless with your approach. The dolphins ask you to rest and remove yourself from negative situations, stressful conflicts. They encourage you to bring joy and harmony back in your life again because you have become way too serious. Be playful and have some fun, keeping a sense of humor. Sorry about that. That's keeping a sense of humor as you grow into adulthood can be challenging. Learn to laugh at your mistakes. Mistakes are the best teachers. Now is the time to free yourself from anything as holding you back from complete joy. Energetic vibrations is through action. So self-preservation is key right now. This is for self-care. This is taking control of you, as I was talking about, and being in control of your own feelings. So I'm going to pull one more card to round this out right now. And this is the Oracle of the Roses. And this is your message today that Spirit would like you to know to complete your journey, to bring your story out, to talk, to have your rest and relaxation time, to balance yourself. And again, your birthrights are freedom, what we're here to do, to experience, to live. Doesn't always have to be negative, and it should not have been this way, did not have to be this way. So I'm going to bring this card out. Draw one. The Sensualist, 35, 8 goes with this one. La France Rose. It is from the Modern Garden Roses. And this card represents passion. And even romance are in focus. But these energies can pertain to activities and concepts, not just people. Time to let your hair down, enjoy yourself, go on that adventure, and throw caution into the wind for a while anyway. The warming is not to let your is not to let yourself get too far away. The warning from the ground, or you may just float off. Sail. You may attract an admirer at the moment. Sensualist is the lover of all things that delight and light up their mind, body, and soul. They know how to enjoy themselves, but they are not selfish in their pursuits, much preferring company along for the ride. What did you notice today that captured your attention? This goes with Scorpio and Katesh, which is the goddess of ecstasy in Greek mythology, and Eos, which is the goddess of love, the god of love. Seduction, affection, pleasure, spontaneity, and sexuality. So one of your messages would be to, hey, maybe I believe a new love is coming, or I would say a new love. Could be an old love, but having the passionate side of you ignite, bringing that all out right now. Go on this adventure, take that risk, live in your light, live in your truth, tell your story. Be sensual, be passionate, light up your life. So if you'd like to enjoy further reads, make donations. Enjoy reads from Mystic Vicky herself. She does great. She's got a fairy oracle deck. She may have other decks as well, I'm not sure. Or get spiritual guidance from her. Very intuitive. I will put her link as well below. You can donate to her directly because their space is very important. And I ask you to be yourself, be you right now. Take your journey, your life path. What have you learned? Time to be you, time to be sensual, time to live. Take those masks off. Let yourself kick it out, man. I do a card reads 11-11 for 4 cards, 22-22 for a half hour, 44-44 for 40 minutes. I also do paintings, music. I paint music and I paint souls. So if you'd like to learn more, come join us in Discord. If you'd like further readings, you can also join us in Discord or Relatively Speaking 2020 on Facebook. You can message me as well. My name's Rosemary. On Facebook, I go as Rose Forzel, but you can message me as through Facebook or Discord. I will close out this reading. And I'm thanking you guys for joining me. I'm thanking for the higher self consciousness that I'm connected to, spirit. If it resonates, take what it does. Take what resonates with you. This is a collective message. It may not resonate for everybody at this particular time, but break those chains. Get out. Be you. Go on an adventure. Live unapologetically today. And biggest things that came in today, walking on the tip of a sword blade. That was one of my messages that came for me today. Some of you may be walking on that edge. Take that risk. Take that leap of faith. So much love to you and hope to see you.